Farm4Profit Podcast. Take a listen, have a blast. Farm4Profit Podcast. Learn about farming while having a laugh. Farm4Profit Podcast.
Hey listeners, welcome back to the Farm for Profit Podcast. I am fired up because I am powered. I'm powered by Steinbauer.
You sound about 25% better.
More efficient. I will get more done
25%.
25% better.
I can get more done on less beer. More done.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of. Is that my fuel for Farm for Fun episodes?
There you go.
But no, thank you, listeners. Welcome back. Appreciate you as always. Got a big favor to ask of you in 2026. It's the year of the subscription.
We're not asking Chinese calendar says?
No. Yeah. Uh-huh. Not asking you to go cancel all your unwanted subscriptions and make sure that you're not getting dinged for those on a monthly basis. We need you to subscribe on YouTube. Whether you watch YouTube or not, we need you to go out there and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah, Rachel brought that up, I think. Yeah. And I was like, we did not go up that much last year. We were happy for what we did, but it's not because we weren't doing anything bad. Like, we have good content on there, right. And a lot of people listened. A lot of people interacted. You did great there. Just hit the subscribe.
It's just one way for you, if you enjoy this content, to say thank you. And if you have subscribed, we appreciate that greatly. Excited to have a Farm for Fun episode to kick off, kind of the end of the first month here as we roll into 2026.
Mm-hmm. And this is just getting into gear for us. February is going to be nuts, and I'm excited for it.
It is. It'll be a lot of fun. If you don't know where we're going to be, send us an email to connect@farm4profit.com or check out our website or watch our social media because we're going to tell you exactly where we're going to be and when we're going to be there. And hopefully we can meet a lot of you out there in the public.
You can always call or text. Dave, remember the line?
Yo, 40.
It is not wrong.
207-9640.
There you go.
Should we get our guests introduced?
Let's do it. I need you to be more excited. Why do I feel like I'm carrying
Steinbauer? You're almost freezing me out over here. Ooh, that didn't sound very crisp. Today on the Farm for Fun show, we are heading to Jamaica. Jamaica Mom.
Oh, that sounds warm.
Yes, this man is a longtime friend of the podcast, a farmer, volunteer firefighter, heavily involved in the community in Iowa corn. Please welcome from Jamaica, Iowa, Mr. Nels Leo, a.k.a. the Jamaican Corn Farmer.
Woo! Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Woo!
Excited to be here.
Yes. Isn't there a
long-time listener,
isn't there
first-time
a good
guest.
bar in Jamaica, too?
We have two, actually.
Yeah.
We have a great restaurant bar, Tojo's.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tommy. She does an awesome job. And then if you just want to drink and then like the pizzas and whatnot, Just One More is right on the bike trail.
Well, isn't there a race in one of those bars?
Yes, there is.
I have rating race.
I have never been there, but
what? I thought you had. I heard you had like the number one steed.
I never wanted to go. I was always worried it was a claim race. So
someone's gonna take your.
So yeah, no, I have never been to that, but I've heard great things.
Yeah,
heard great things about those.
It's funny because the only reason I know about that is my mom and I went to pick up
your mom and you.
My mom and I went past Jamaica
to win.
Which Jamaica is 45 minutes roughly west of where we are right now.
Yes.
You said to your door. We went somewhere west of that to pick up a half beef that we had done, and on the way back we're like, oh, why don't we stop for a beer and I don't know if we got lunch or whatever. And
they were pink slips.
They were like, "Are you guys staying for the races tonight?" And we're like, "What races?" And they're like, they pointed over at the board, and it's vibrator races. So, and we're like, "Man, that is enticing." But we do have frozen beef in the back of the truck that we have to get home for. But should we come back? We didn't.
Yeah, no, I've heard lots of great things. I've never been to those. I've been in there, and it's a really nice place.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
it's a great little spot. Yeah, a lot of fun.
You can bet on anything.
You can bet on anything.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, do they serve Red Stripe? Because I feel like when I went to Jamaica, like the real Jamaica, that was the only beer you could get was Red Stripe.
Yeah, because it's made there. I don't know. They used to have Tojo's used to have it, but I think she quit carrying it because not enough people drank it.
It ain't good.
Tariffs and stuff.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a top list.
At Ag Explorer, farmers always come first.
In late 2025, Tim, the CEO at Ag Explorer, and I had a conversation, and he made it clear that while costs are rising in agriculture, Ag Explorer is holding prices steady for the 2026 growing season.
That's right. It's a commitment to the farmer that has been unmatched. At Ag Explorer, agronomic solutions are built on trust, integrity, and putting farmers first always.
Learn more at www.agexplore.com. That's AGXPLORE.com.
Yeah.
That's great. So what have you been doing this winter?
Well, running kids all over, part of it.
Yeah?
That
Yeah.
seems to be a lot of it. Kids' activities. Working
What
on.
do you got for kids?
I got 2 boys. They're in 6th grade and 4th grade, and one's doing winter swim, and the other one's doing basketball.
Okay.
And they're both did soccer. We got done with that. So
Winter swim in Jamaica.
winter swim, yeah.
In Jamaica. It sounds like it'd be a great hobby to have, swimming outside of Jamaica.
Well, we tried it at the outdoor pool for a while, and after they hit the bottom a few times, I thought, well, let's go to an indoor pool. So we did that. And that works out pretty nice. It's a lot of fun. I actually got a meet coming up Saturday. I signed up to be a timer.
Oh,
Really?
cool.
Yeah, which is a lot of fun. The last home meet we had, I signed up to be a timer, and I got shifted to a different position. They said, we need you to be an announcer, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let's get it going.
Do it.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple other times.
Here's a list of names.
Yeah,
Pronounce them all right.
Yeah. Well, that gets to be really
Yep.
interesting with some of the names that the first time I did it, I wasn't looking ahead, and we got to some names that I was not familiar with, and I realized real quick I need to be looking ahead because I
Okay.
can say them, but I gotta think about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and I don't want to make anybody mad and really screw up their name.
Has ever been to a swim meet?
No.
I've only watched swimming on in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Have you?
Yeah. It's a great.
I was on
time.
the swim team. Yeah.
Were ya?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
No
Fun time.
way. What did you swim?
400 IM. I did 100 free, 100 back, 50 breaststroke, a bunch of different.
Did you do the fly? You like
yeah,
the fly?
I was bad at the fly.
Everybody hates that.
I had a friend who was really good at Josh Breakbush was his name. He was fantastic at it, but I was good at the 400 IM. So
So all
just
the strokes.
endurance. Yep.
Did you do any
Yeah.
diving?
No, I did.
Did you wear a Speedo?
Oh yeah.
No, not this weekend. While
Did
were
you
in the
shave your
swim.
whole body?
No. Too young.
You would have
young.
been faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did it when I was really young. So
The first time I went, I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. And then eventually I figured out, I'm like, okay, I ran track when I was in junior high and high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it is set up very much like a track meet. So once I got that, I'm like, okay, here's something I can compare to. Now I understand it a lot better.
yep.
So,
So how did you even get him into that? Because I feel like that's not really a small town Iowa sport.
well, the other town we go to summer swim in, there's like 100 kids on it.
wow.
And the same coach coaches winter swim in a different town. And, we did summer swim a couple of years and we're like, well, let's try winter swim. So we started doing that too. And it's something to do, keeps the boys active, and it's fun to watch them,
Do you have a swim spot home, like the one that you swim against the current?
No.
I wonder how
would.
fast you could turn that up. If the kid starts getting too fast for the swim spot, can you make the waves bigger?
Maybe.
Oh, man, I'd be impressed.
They must hold their value on Facebook swaps because I've been looking for one. And I thought, well, instead of just buying a hot tub, let's buy a swim spa. You can buy a hot tub from $500 to $5,000, but those swim spas, there's not one online under $15,000.
Oh, I'm
How much
sure.
are they new?
They're all expensive, like $40,000.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an expensive piece.
but there's not one that I was like, oh, there's going to be one that gets down to $7,000-8,000 or something. Nope.
Yeah.
I imagine if it does, though, something's not going to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We originally got the boys into swim because, there's a lake near us. I got a boat, and kids need to know how to swim. Well, we were doing swimming lessons. They learned, how to do it, but they didn't practice it a lot. They go play. I'm like, I really want my kids to be strong swimmers.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody to drown. So I got them into that. And they're like, well, how long do we have to do this? I'm like, till I decide you're a really strong swimmer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just like, nah, you need to keep going.
Yeah.
They're getting pretty good.
Well, they
at it.
must like it.
They do. I think soccer's their first love, but I think they enjoy the swim too.
Yeah.
It is kind of ironic that they're soccer players from Jamaica.
Well, yeah.
Do they bobsled also?
We're going to work on that. We do try to do a lot of sledding in the winter when we can.
Yeah. Well, this winter's been a good one for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The announcing thing is kind of interesting. Corey sent me a Snapchat, about the first of the year, that Des Moines was hosting a singles event. and you could sign up and register. And he thought it would have been really fun for the podcast to go down and be the announcers. Like you just announce from the observation of
You
"Hey,
thought
there's-"
that. I just wanted to go
Oh, yeah.
watch. And
Uh-huh.
I specifically sent it to you and Cody, and I wanted Cody to go so we could watch.
Watch Cody be one of the
Struggle.
singles. Yeah.
And then, yes, we could have announced that. That would have been funny.
Oh yeah.
Have him mic'd up. Like a quarterback.
Yeah.
He claims he's going to mic us up at these trade shows. So it would only be fair to return.
I think that's dangerous.
Oh boy.
I don't think that's, yeah.
Would you really want to agree to that?
Yeah. Hopefully nothing's live.
I would change all the passwords on our social accounts. So I'd have
He's
to
already
review
found
it
a few
before posting
spots
it.
of just B-roll type and Tanner saying random things he shouldn't in the background. It's like,
And I'm the good one.
yeah, well, no, not anymore.
No.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So, so walk us back. Give us a story of your upbringing and did you farm when you were younger and all that jazz.
I grew up on a farm. My dad and my uncle farmed together. Corn, soybeans. We had a farrow to finish operation. Not very many sows. My uncle had the gestation and farrowing, and dad had the finisher. Where we lived, and I always was interested in farming. Junior high school, I already did cross country and track, and got into every time we'd get done with practice, I'd come home and go help on the farm. Work till 10 o'clock and go back and do it again. Really just enjoyed it. And, got done with high school and got to do something. So I went to Iowa State and ended up ag studies. Enjoyed that.
Excellent.
33 of free electives. I made sure I utilized them correctly. I took ballroom dancing, volleyball, bowling, and scuba diving, which is 2 credits.
Oh yeah.
No, scuba diving was a thing.
Because there's a lab and the
Practical.
The practical, yeah. And there's classroom because you can die doing it, so you
Yeah.
need to kind of know. So, but it was one of my favorite classes, and I regret not going and getting certified after that.
So what, you just scuba dive in a pool on campus?
Yeah, in the diving pool. Oh yeah, it was wonderful. I mean, the worst part was it was on the opposite side from all the ag classes.
Yeah.
So you get done, you towel off, and then like November, December, it got to be real cold.
Oh.
And
They do that in the state gym. Where it was.
I can't remember which building, but yeah, it's
That is
the one
awesome, yeah.
with the diving pool that's 14 feet deep.
Yep.
And the end of the class, you got to go, you take your mask fin, snorkel, wrap them up, throw them in the deep end, 14 feet. You dive in, dive down, put it on, clear your mask, there's somebody sitting down there in scuba, you give them the okay, then you go up, clear your snorkel, swim to the side of the pool. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Huh.
So it was a lot of fun. I thought that was a great class.
See, I'm an idiot. I brought in credits from DMAC that I took at when I was in high school, and so I didn't have all those electives. I had a few, but yeah.
I don't know. I started right at Iowa State, and I didn't have any credits coming in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I figured out I needed to take more credits to make sure I graduated in the 4 years.
Yeah.
So I was taking like 18 or 20 credits all the time.
There was a.
But I knew what the classes were, so I could kind of structure it where
We're
I
going to
can make
need to
it work.
clip that. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot. There's a class that a lot of my friends took that I didn't need to because I didn't need the credits. It was an alcohol class, like wine and alcohol, and you literally go to class. It's at like 3 or 4 on a Friday, and you test different wines and all that, kind of like we do on the wine shows. Like this has more tannins. I was like, what a great class.
on that same note, I took meats class.
Yes. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Because what do you do? Well, you learn how to cook meat and what it does differently, and then you eat it.
Yep.
Isn't that an awful class to take?
I took a meats class as well and got one of the hard to get Iowa State Meat Labs white hat with the red brim, and that was cool. Those guys, that isn't truly an artwork. People that
Oh yeah,
can butcher an animal like
everybody should have to take that class because everybody eats.
Yep.
It's really informative and fun.
Yep.
So you graduated,
Yes.
and then what'd you do?
Actually, I went to work at the pork plant that's now closed for
In
a
Perry?
little while. Yep.
Tyson.
I'd worked there a couple summers and went there, and I quit that. I had an opportunity to go and run a hog farm for some guys, and I did that for a couple of years. And then I started renting farms and started farming on my own.
When did
with my dad.
the hogs leave your guys' farm?
Well, when I was in college, my uncle passed away
Okay.
suddenly, and my dad just sold them.
Yep.
And he beat the downturn in the market. He got out at the right time.
Huh. Well, that's
Got
good.
lucky, and so they just went away.
It's your fourth generation. So you got two before your dad as well. Did they settle here? Is that
Yeah, my great grandfather came from Sweden, went to Vermont, worked in a granite mine. I'm sure that was just lovely work.
oh man?
And then they moved to Chicago and worked in a furniture factory. And I actually have a really cool china cabinet it's the curved glass on the sides.
Oh,
and
cool. Yeah.
the main door is curved glass in the front, and there's like lion's paw feet.
Feet, yeah.
And evidently he'd worked on the feet, I think. So
Yeah.
I still have that.
Some
That's
of that
cool.
old furniture is cool.
Then they moved out to Jamaica and rented a farm. And
Do you think that's the Jamaica they were actually trying to go to? Or did
I-
somebody just swindle them on a train ticket?
No, I think he knew what he was doing at that point. So I think he already had a brother out here, if I remember right.
Huh.
Yeah. So, and then just grew from there.
So is it a century farm?
Not yet. They rented farms for quite a while, and I think the farm where I live will be here shortly.
So okay, century has to be owned. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yep.
Okay.
100 years. And then what's the heritage?
Heritage Farm is 150.
150.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. Early on, we interviewed Richland Dairy out on the East Coast. And we're talking about century farms here. And he's like, I'm pretty sure my farm's 200 and some years old.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
came back onto TikTok, and he said he's like 9th generation.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa!
That's right where everything started.
Yeah.
They were
yeah.
farming in the Civil War.
Before.
yeah. That's nuts.
Before the Civil War.
Wow,
Before the country started, or right around that time.
Yeah.
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, you don't think about that history.
I'm trying to think, what was his name? I just saw it the other day. Doesn't matter.
It's way cool. I think it's Prime Series out there. I'll look it up now, but America, not how it's made, but America, how we started or something. And it talks about growing cotton, original colonization, coming this way, coming to Chicago. Way cool show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we talk about all the time the people that passed Iowa and then got to Nebraska and how probably disappointed they were.
How regretful they have to be.
How
They
regretful.
couldn't
That's-
turn back.
That's what happened to your family. They were coming back you said Vermont.
Vermont.
Shoot.
Yeah, they just
I
kept
had-
working west.
I had Utah in my mind. It
Yeah.
would have been funnier if they'd have been in Utah, gone all the way through Nebraska, and we're like, oh, thank God, there was something better on the other side.
Yep. So now the modern farm, just you on the farm, or
Yep, just me. I got some part-time help for fall and a little bit in the spring.
yep,
Yeah, my
runs
dad.
a, runs a pheasant feeder.
Yeah. You're jealous, I
I
know.
am.
Yeah.
You and Chad Bill, I like to give crap to all the time.
Yeah. What really got us into the AGCO combine was we'd been all John Deere stuff. We weren't buying new stuff. We'd been all John Deere.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing, they've never gotten a John Deere hat. That was kind of annoying.
That was
And-
the whole thing.
That was the whole no. But
See,
no,
hats matter. Dave's
hats
not
matter.
wrong.
Hats matter.
Hats matter.
So we had bought a white planter from the local Deere dealer,
Yeah.
and it's the same one I have now.
A white planter that was red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or orange.
Yeah. Well, depends how faded. it is.
White lids.
And we were the second owner of it because the original owners had traded into Van Wall for a different one. And they came out, they found us, AGCO did, and came out and welded on some trusses and gussets to this planter. No cost. Painted it, they just needed to know where it was. They needed to update it. They got done. And we're like, well, that's weird. We hadn't even used it yet, but had it in the shed.
Had a pip.
And my dad goes, John Deere would have sold us a kit to fix that.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh. So, and he was really impressed how they traded us on that. So then it was time for a different combine. And at the time we'd had a bunch of Deere combines. Then we bought a cat combine and that didn't go great. It had some quirks and they could never figure it out. So then we were looking at different combines and he thought, well, let's look at AGCO. They treated us really good on that planter. So we started and got to looking and ended up buying a gleaner.
Huh.
So
Is that so you didn't have to plant as much in the spring?
yes.
And the pheasant population has thrived since.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be relentless, isn't it?
What county is it?
Guthrie.
We should look up the pheasant population in Guthrie County.
There's plenty. We're right on the border with Dallas.
You have a handful of cows still too, don't you?
No, I had some cows. I had to get rid of those.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody bought my cow pasture for a deer farm, so.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Oh, you were renting it.
Yeah.
I did see that someone was complaining about why land prices were so high, and it was like all the hunters that buy it up and don't do nothing with it, and investors and blah blah. And I'm like, I never even heard the hunters thrown into it, but I guess that's true. Like that's good deer.
What they paid for that farm was way more than it was worth at the time.
Yeah.
It really was.
I mean, my little 6 acres of deer hunting is overgrown pasture that we used to have. It's all honey locust, thorn, nastiness. You wouldn't want to have cattle.
Those things are awful.
Yeah, they get thorns like that long.
Oh man, they're scary and sharp.
Yep.
Yeah, you need an excavator to go clear them out.
Yep.
So, but a lot of those guys with the bigger pastures that they turn into deer farms, instead of spending all their time and energy mowing and doing all this stuff, they just let a guy run cows on it and take care of it.
Yeah.
They'd have the same number of deer.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have to mow shooting lanes because they could be able to see.
Yeah. And you get a little side income to help
Yeah.
pay the heat on it. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So no livestock on the farm right now.
Yep. No livestock.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Although cattle would be fine right now.
Oh yeah. Well, if I'd have been able to keep them, that'd been awesome. But
Yeah.
it wasn't meant to be. So wasn't gonna fight it. I did not want to dry lot.
You guys have cow calf then?
That's what I
Is
had.
what you had? Yeah.
Yeah. And we didn't have that when I was a kid. It was something I'd started.
You take them down to Winterset, or did you go over towards Dunlap area?
Guthrie is usually where I went.
Guthrie. Okay. They still got a sale barn there?
Oh yeah.
They do. Okay.
Yep.
Did you focus on a certain breed?
Just crossbred.
Crossbred, yeah.
Black. What
Black
everybody
item.
wants.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So the old roadside pheasant survey from the Iowa DNR did not break it down specifically by county. However, there must be more gleaners in west central and northwest Iowa because that's where the pheasant population is the highest.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Science.
Well, that is where one of the larger dealers is. So yeah,
Yeah. How close is your
it's 60 miles. Ooh. But we were working with Ziegler, and that was 60 miles.
Okay. Yep.
And they wouldn't necessarily have the stuff in Des Moines. And these guys, they always have the parts.
So do they come to you mostly if you need something?
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Actually, that thing, if you really get out and look at it, you can work on the whole thing.
Okay.
You really can. I mean,
How long does it take you to get the cylinder out? Let's hear it.
I don't know. I've never done that. But I mean, honestly, if you go out and look at the thing and compare it to your 780, whatever you got,
Yeah.
there's so many less parts, and they're just easier to get to. There's less stuff to take off to get to it. So
Huh.
if you want to work on it, you can. So my help is all on Social Security, and they pretty much said they don't want to. So
Yeah.
it depends what it is.
I thought it was almost a requirement to tell people how long it took, even if you don't do it. Just like doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
You got to tell people if you're in CrossFit.
Or a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We got a podcast.
I have a podcast. Did you know that?
Yeah. Did you know that?
Here's a hat.
We need our own CrossFit shirts that are podcasts.
I think we got a John Deere hat somewhere up here we could probably part with and send
No, it'd be a waste now. He's in love with that silver thing.
You got John Deere other tractors though, don't you?
Oh yeah, I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
You know, I got my main tractor is a John Deere 8410.
He literally, listen to this lineup. He's got an 8410, a 4440, and a 3020. Does he have is there anybody else that has a more iconic John Deere lineup?
I wish the 3020 was a 4020 diesel. Other than that,
There's a red one in there too.
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
I got a couple of red ones. So yeah, got a Steiger 480 for the tillage. and,
Cool.
5240 loader tractor. That thing is just a little tank with the loader on it.
Yeah.
A little 100 horse. It's just, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I bought it. It was an old feed wagon tractor. Had almost 10,000 hours when
Jeez.
I bought it. Got 12 over 12 now.
Holy smokes.
It runs great. 5
I've
million
always
Cummins.
wondered, what do you think about that, Dave? I've always wondered about some of these operations. You see these 10,000 plus hour tractors come up for sale. And you always wonder, is there something finally wrong with it? Or has everything kind of been replaced and now it's good for another
It's
couple
probably good
thousand?
for another, yeah.
Well, I've always wondered, could you go and take the chance on 10,000 plus hour tractors. Obviously, those are probably going to have less technology on them. There's some R series John Deere tractors with that many hours. They have to run 24/7.
Yeah, a lot of like dirt scraper guys.
Yeah.
Corey, I think you should make a social media handle, the 10,000 hour club, and farm only with 10,000 hour plus.
Yeah.
There you go. Get a little patch.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm in the club. Like,
Can't have anything under 10,000.
you can't have anything.
But you're through that painful 6,000 to 8,000 hour. I feel like that's when stuff really starts to nickel and dime you, whether it's the AC unit or you just have seals that are wearing out. And
Or even the older tractors that have this like a CAN bus going to the back or whatever, like just the little wires on there that are getting weather checked, and that stuff will drive you nuts.
Before we had the Steiger 480, we had a Deere 9200, and it was owned by a seed company that's close to me.
Yep.
And it had over 7,000 hours on it when we got it. And that was a lot of hours for us at the time.
Yep.
And it started doing something weird when you turn. Let's see if I remember how it did this. The flashers would start going. And there was a couple wires in the
Rubbing together.
Gretchen seal,
Yep.
Gretchen joint that were rubbing, and it took me a couple hours of just kind of digging through it, and I figured it out. You know, you
Yeah.
just cut it, splice it, tape it back up, you know. But it was kind of odd. I'm like, okay, that was weird. But, you know, with high-hour tractors, you got stuff like that.
It does, and that stuff drives me nuts because
Oh.
it's just so frustrating. Because you can't find it or you can't see it. You know, it's just
we've got black electrical tape on the dash of a couple of ours because we can't get the light to turn off, and it runs fine and the light's still on. So just cover it up with black tape and you don't see it.
yep.
You didn't just want to reach in there with your pocket knife and poke it out.
It's been done before.
So you run full tillage.
I do a mix. I do whatever's corn on corn. I do full tillage on. Hit it with the Dominator, or as my one buddy likes to call it, the Dominatrix, and come back in the spring with the field cultivator. And then I do a lot of no-till too.
Okay.
Part of that's because of labor, and I've done a lot of side by sides and compared them, and I have trouble seeing where the tillage pays for the tillage. Honestly,
Really?
I wish I could be super cool and be a stripper like Corey, but I don't know. It's just the entry level.
There's a
to that
theme
is
in
so
this
high.
episode. And
There
you
is a
started it
theme.
off with the races.
Yeah, I do strip for a living, and it's it's a rough go sometimes.
I just look at that and I'm like, God, just to buy the machine is just.
It is absolutely ridiculous. Our needs. We need to take the wings off of ours and send them in to be welded.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and because $5,000 to $10,000 in welding is a lot better than $300,000+ for a new one or $400,000. So it's like
Yeah.
I can't justify that.
I've looked up some. You know, I'm always on Marketplace looking for a hot deal because you never know
Yeah.
what you need until it's a hot deal.
Yep.
And I saw, what was it, a year-old or 2-year-old? I think it was a Kraus.
Yep.
It was like $400,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
And they look, I mean, I understand there's a lot more to it, but the bar looks like a glorified anhydrous bar or planter combination with a row cultivator. It doesn't look like it should be that expensive.
Yeah. I had a really low day right before Thanksgiving when we found these welds or these cracks that we needed welded. And I was like, okay, maybe we're not that bad. We'll just get this welded. Maybe this is our time to upgrade. And I started calling a few guys I know that are in the game, and they're like, oh, yeah, I got a used 16-row coming in. It's only got 10,000 acres on it. Needs to be ran through the shop, 380,000. You know, I'm like, oh, whoa, no.
Plus the shop.
And I'm like, who's paying that? And they're like, oh, we've sold like 50 of these the last year. I'm like, who?
So do you think, because I was having this conversation, was the reason these prices feel inflated is some of the programs that are available for switching tillage practices, the conservation type payments of, they know that if you go from full tillage to a reduced tillage structure like strip till, you get X dollars an acre.
I mean, we signed up for a program when we went from full tillage to strip till, and it was like $15-16 an acre for 3 years.
How much of that did
I was just
did
gonna
that
say-
cover the bar?
Yeah, but that ain't paying for a $400,000 bar.
I think it goes the other way. I had a farm up to Waverly that I just finally put together, but it was HEL designations, so it's highly erodible land, and they want you to either no-till or strip-till. And so I had guys that want to make offers that wouldn't because they didn't want to buy the equipment. So it devalued the land.
Yeah, that definitely makes a difference.
Yep.
Yeah, and I enjoy the strip till. I do it for logistics. I'm not a big high yield type farmer that's going for that stuff, but it does take a specific set of skills to run it. Obviously, the guy that's running the planter really should be making the strips.
Right, so you know where you went.
Yeah, so you're not just taking the college kid out that wants to, 10, 15 hours a week to throw in the ripper or the field cultivator. Now it's a skilled pass. And so that creates a little bit of an issue if someone's sick.
Do you think
or
you
not.
save anything on fertilizer or?
A little bit, yeah, I do. Not I don't know, we don't put a third of our fertilizer on compared to what we used to.
I know some guys say, oh, you just cut it in half when you put it right there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey,
I do think
sure?
you can lean on it a little bit, like in tight margins, like, okay, yeah, we're putting it closer to where it needs to be. But
Right.
You also have to pay
all
up.
the way.
You also got to pay up on technology fees to be able to get your planter on the same strip that the
yeah,
strip till bar went on.
Right.
you don't have to, but yes, it's strongly advised.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes, shoot, people used to do it just by driving. If you got flat and square enough, but there is, it'll teach you real quick if there's any planter drift. Like you don't have to get off on much of a slope to go, oh, that thing's off 8 inches.
You can probably feel it in the planter too.
Yeah.
Because you can, it'll want to fall into that strip, won't it? And then
It does. It's kind of like a boat. Like it'll kind of
Yeah.
get on plane. But then if you get on the side hill and you can feel it kind of
really?
kind of hop out.
you can probably feel it pull down a little bit, pulling a little
Yep.
harder.
Yep.
Sukup Manufacturing is strength that you can count on.
From the big breakthroughs to the small innovations that make your day easier, Sukup is always pushing agriculture forward.
That commitment was just recognized as their Mix Flow dryer was named Manufacturing Innovation of the Year at the 20th Annual Prometheus Awards.
To learn more, visit Sukup at www.sukup.com to find a dealer near you.
Yeah, I know sometimes we'll follow the ammonia tracks and
Yep.
you can feel when you're in the track and when you're out
Yeah.
and it makes a difference.
And what will make you a believer in hydraulic downforce is when you see the map of, like, because we used to field cultivate at an angle and rip at a different angle, and you could see every tire track, like in that planter unit trying to adjust for it. And I'm like, and then you zoom out and look at the whole map, and you're like, oh, that was the way the field cultivator went. Oh, that was the way the ripper went. Oh, there's the grain cart track path from last year, and it's like, ooh. So at least it makes you think, okay, I'm going to start doing stuff more straight. So at least if it is affected, I'm not asking that row unit to adjust every time it goes up and down. It's like, okay, you're on a tire track, buddy. Put your oomph into it. Get it down.
Is there ever a debate at the coffee shop, Dave, about if anhydrous should be put on at an angle or if it should be put on with the row?
Not one that I've heard from the old boys.
I've kind of heard it a couple times. I mean, if you put it on an angle and you get a knife plugged, because there used to not be that much great technology for plugging a knife besides lifting it up and out of the ground, and oh yeah, yep, it's all coming out. Then you can't see it, right? Because it's at an angle.
But it'll be the same amount of corn at an angle as it would be in a row.
Absolutely.
It doesn't
Yeah,
make
it
a
doesn't.
difference.
So we've just started doing straight, but we do have blockage monitors now, which are not bulletproof by any means. But yeah,
I saw a thing on TikTok last year. Someone did, an agronomist did some tests on whether or not you should plant into the ammonia strip versus not an ammonia
Yep.
strip. And she said it came out the opposite way you'd think.
oh really?
I messaged her. I'm like, did you do that again this year? And she said it got hit by the wind. I was like, oh, that sucks.
Was that Megan?
Oh, Nicole
Oh,
Steckline.
yep.
I think that's how you
yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
I messaged.
Follow
I'm
her
like,
too.
I want to know. You know what's the verdict
And,
this year?
and the
She's like,
crazy thing is like it could be completely different the next year. It's however much rain you got and how it mineralized and
Because isn't the big debate about the angle or going with it is if you're doing spring applied and you plant too close to where you put it down, you could get
could
nitrogen burn.
Yeah.
yeah, you're supposed to wait 7 days. I think.
Wait a week or a rain
Yep.
or
Because sometimes you can see it if you go at an
Well,
angle.
if you go at an angle, yeah, you definitely can see the. You know,
with auto steer, you can see the waves as you look across the field when it's at an angle.
Yep.
And that's not necessarily burn. It's more sometimes it gets a little taller in the black strip versus in the bean stubble. But whether it equates to yield or not, that's
all I know is when I see the waves, and then if the planter gurus are all right, we want everything to be a clone of itself and just be tabletop flat and come up at the same time and all that, and then all of a sudden you see this. You're like,
Right.
how's that good for anything? Right now things are competing. It's not all on, so then you're gonna have some bigger ears, smaller ears, whatever. So I was like, to me, it doesn't make I don't want that, I guess.
You want it all the same, whether it's all short or all tall.
Yeah.
You want it the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
So.
And whether or not the taller stuff is better. I don't know.
Yep.
Like you say, every year is different.
Yeah.
So in my intro, I also said that you're pretty involved in the community. It looks like you're on the.
He's like a pillar. They're going to have a
board,
freaking
or
statue for him.
Parent teacher. You're on the Lions Club, Iowa Corn.
There will be
You're on
a
a speedboat.
There'll be a Jamaican farmer statue in Jamaica.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy being, just being involved, and some of it's just social and some of it's just helping out in the community. You know, I was a EMT for a few years and been on the fire department for a long time. And I enjoy helping people that need help. People that want help that really don't need it kind of get a little annoying, but
Yeah.
but it's just kind of fun to get involved and see how everything works. And it's one thing, I listen to people complain all the time. And I always say, and you guys have all heard it too, that if you don't complain unless you have a solution, unless you want to fix it,
Yeah.
or you want to be put in charge.
Yep.
And so, and I like being a part of it. I'm not in charge of any of those things because I'm in enough of them that I don't really need to be, I don't know, I don't want to be overcommit to one or the other, but it's been kind of fun,
Yeah.
getting into some of these things. The PTO thing, there was a mom in the community that I knew, and she was new to the area, and she's like, why don't we have this? I'm like, I don't know. You want to help me get it going? I'm like, I can, sure. So I got kind of sucked in, and I'm not an officer, but I enjoy participating in it, and we haven't had any of those crazy things you hear about.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yep. Right.
Well, and then you're the local weatherman there for the rain gauge, right?
I do contribute to the rain gauge. If you see on the news Jamaica and the rainfall or snow or something like that, it's either me or my neighbor, my cousin's husband.
I see.
So yeah, he just retired from the weather service, so I kind of had some in on that. So it's been,
And it's always fun seeing the rain amount in Jamaica.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
or the snow. in
Do you
Jamaica.
break it out by the 100th?
Absolutely.
For our Nebraska listeners.
Oh my gosh. I put on a TikTok. It was one of my bigger videos to start with. And I had a rain gauge, and it's 2 cylinders. Outer cylinder just catches the overflow of the inner cylinder, which is 1 inch, and it's in hundredths of an inch. And I measured it out like an inch and whatever, 48 hundredths.
Yep.
And people lost their absolute minds. They couldn't handle one more decimal point. I'm like, what is the deal? So I poked the bear with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, good grief, people, lighten up, But that's how you get it when you watch TV and look at the weather service. It's in hundredths of an inch,
Yep.
and the rain gauge I use is the same gauge they use.
Okay.
So it's official. But oh man,
I figured it'd be a digital one.
I have one of those, and it's not near as accurate.
Did you get it for Christmas?
So
What'd you
what's
get for-
the official?
Wait, what brand's on the side of it? Yeah. Is that a John Deere rain gauge? I feel like they all give them out.
I didn't know there was an official rain gauge. What?
Well, I can't remember what the brand is. I've done a couple TikToks on it, but
Let's go back and look.
yeah.
Is that one of those ones that has
Surprised I didn't make our show notes.
The inner cylinder and outer, it's got a funnel in the top.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they use.
Let's get a link for it.
And they're not real expensive. I want to say it was like, I looked it up not long ago. I want to say it was like $40.
I saw somebody the other day, they put antifreeze in their rain gauge. You put it to 1 inch, start with, and then all winter when it snows, and then the snow will melt, then you can see how much moisture you got, and it's a colored liquid, so you can see your moisture in the winter.
Yeah.
I got to get a new one because I didn't winterize my rain gauge, and we had that early freeze. I go out there, and it just all these pieces.
Was it a Hogemeyer one?
No. You don't ever give me anything.
I might have one.
Yeah, Hogemeyer. That's Pioneer floor scrapings, right?
Sweet
Shots
not
fired.
sweet. No.
He got right back at you.
I actually have a Hogemeyer jacket. I almost wore it today. I was like, no.
Well, now that I've got it down to 60 degrees in here,
It is chilly.
Yeah.
it was better than what it was, 75.
What were you guys doing in here to get it so hot?
What do you
I'm
think
glad I
we
came
were
after
doing?
it cooled off.
We were anticipating you bringing your lead horse, and we were warming ours up just to be competition.
Now the studio, whenever it's sunny, it's like a greenhouse. It
The
just
big windows just take all the heat.
it
Yeah.
does. I
And
don't know
black
if we need to
blinds.
put a reflective tint or something on it. It has a tint, I know that, but
Good in the winter, then it warms it up.
yeah, it doesn't take
Little
much.
awning over
Sunny.
there, so for
yeah,
the
but in the
summer.
summertime, ooh, it can be 80 degrees in here and AC pumping and not keeping up. So
How long have you been on the volunteer fire department?
Oh gosh, I don't know, 20 years, more than that maybe. I don't know. Long time.
Should have you and Dave compare wildfire stories.
Oh.
I know you're probably
wild fire stories or wild fire stories?
Yeah, wild fire stories.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure there's been quite a few field fires that your crews had to take on.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, for me, I will just go and get the tractor and disc because I know I can get back to work quicker if I just go. Because you can't, some of those, like the corn stalks, you can't put them out with water very well.
Yep.
And the tractor and the disc is the way. And if it's within a reasonable distance from me.
I was actually missing it the other day, and my friend made a social media post, and she was checking her SCBA morning routine. I'm like, oh man, I haven't done that or heard that sound of the pass alert for 6 years. It's like, yeah. So
What is that?
just in case you don't move, like you go down, there's a pass alert on there that it knows you haven't moved in 30 seconds. So it's going to start setting it off to alert all the other firefighters that something's wrong.
Oh, someone's.
So you
To
always
tell
see,
you you need to move.
so you always see firefighters swaying their butts back and forth like this when they're standing out there. It's like, what are they doing? Or they'll jump just a couple times. You're like, what the heck? They're just shutting the alarm off.
Oh.
Or somebody will come up to them and shake them.
Yep.
Or smack them on the helmet.
Damn
You need to
mule.
move. You need to move.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
But I hadn't heard that alarm for a while, and she was testing it in the morning. So
that's something we don't do a lot of. It's
Yeah.
just those because, we're rural area. By the time you drop what you're doing, drive to the station, get your gear on, get in the truck, drive to where the fire is. We're really always way behind the 8 ball. So there's been several times we've used that stuff and gone interior attack, but it's
do you guys do the medical stuff too?
no, it was separate, and I used to do that.
Yeah.
And, I haven't for quite a while. So that was a whole separate deal. And there's some changes coming with that. And there needs to be some changes because rural EMS care is it's difficult.
Yeah.
That's something people don't think about until they need it. And they're like, well, why is it taking them 15 minutes? I'm like, well, do you know how far you are from the ambulance?
And how far the ambulance driver is from the ambulance to start with?
Yep.
It's going to a lot more paid staff for that, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But
What's the cost of health insurance and all that? It might as well be someone paid around, right?
Yeah.
I got this vision right now, that really iconic video of what was it, a John Deere 8640 pulling a disc, fighting that fire in a wheat field.
Oh, yeah.
How he's tracing it out and around it. Just every time I think of a field fire, that's the first video that pops in my mind.
There's always seems to be a week or two during harvest. It's really scary.
The past few years, it's been
Yep.
so dry. And I don't have a high-speed disc, but all of a sudden it is. Fire.
Well, yeah.
Did you guys see on social media this morning out in Montana, there was a ski resort. They were shooting fireworks off for the
New Year's.
New Year?
yeah. So they were back.
boy.
So back a month ago, there was a video there with it was showdown, and they shot fireworks. You see the fireworks going off in the background, and the trees must have been dry enough. The whole canopy of the tree is just like a huge torch on fire. But people are skiing around this torch that's going.
I pay for my pass. I'm going to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, right?
I mean, if you don't get burned, it probably.
Well, and there's guys looking at
experience.
They're looking at it like, well, I don't know how we're going to put it out, but okay. Yeah.
They got their GoPro going. Nobody's going to beat this.
Yep.
So, was there any follow ups? Did they put it out, or
I think they just let it burn.
let it burn?
Let it burn.
I mean,
There
that's
was-
a lot of times the prescription for forest fires, right?
It is, and these ones, on a ski resort, it might be 2 or 3 different just lone trees in the middle of a run, and that's what this was. So it was like, okay, those 3 trees burned down,
Surrounded by snow.
and they're surrounded by
They're not
snow.
going anywhere. Yeah, like
Would've
you
made
get a
for
hay
some
bale
good
on fire,
pictures.
you just leave it.
Yeah.
Skiing down, like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd been way cool.
Yeah, everybody have their phone out.
yeah.
That's also been fun to watch on TikTok is you see those guys that are skiing in the fresh powder, like 12 or 16 inches of new powder, and they look like they're swimming just to try and get down the mountain. Or they're following the kids and they got to go off the path to go around, and the kids just disappear
Into the fog.
into the oh yeah.
How long have you been with Iowa Corn?
I applied for the iLead program.
Yep.
It's the Iowa Corn Leadership Enhancement and Development is what that stands for. Mm-hmm. And I got on that, which sounds like it's fairly selective. So that was pretty cool.
That's what they tell you.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just take all the applicants.
Yeah. But
We're going to start a program like that.
Yeah,
I don't lead.
that was just over 2 years ago, and I hadn't been involved with that. I'd been in some other stuff. I'd been in a peer group before that, and then that kind of went away, and so I did this, and this was that's an experience that, like one guy said when we got there, he goes, "This will be life changing," and he was right. Oh. I mean, just you meet people, you get leadership development and interpersonal communication development stuff. My current employer, me, does not provide that stuff. So,
yes. So what's it? Does it bring you value on the farm?
It
or is
has
it more for the boards.
Well, it in several ways it's brought value. It's helped me work with talk to people and interact with them and trying to get everyone to agree or work with them better to understand what your needs are and how you want to be talked to and spoken with, dealt with. And, because a lot of people are just like a hammer all the time, and that doesn't really work.
Because it's what, you get together once a month?
It varies. The first winter, it was a 2-year program. The first winter was just about every month, and then we skipped for like spring, and then we got a couple times in the summer, and then we skipped like fall time and a few
and then
times.
You do like a week in Washington or something?
Yeah, we did. We went to Washington, D.C., where they have the National Corn Congress, I believe. I should really know that. Darn it. But anyway, we went out there for that and got to sit on some of that where they talk about national policy and things like that. Mm-hmm. And we met with legislators from around the country. And you don't meet with people that have a Corn Growers Association in their state because the State Corn Growers Association is already talking to those senators and representatives. So we met with some from Oklahoma, and one lady was a representative for the city of Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
We met with the staffers. They weren't there, but that's who is going to tell them what they should think about all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that was pretty impressive. And I was very fortunate. The guys and gal that I was assigned with, I didn't realize it at the time, but they were top tier. They knew exactly what they were doing. I walked in and they're like, "Oh, what do you think, Nels?" And I was just like, "Pass." But I had to stop and think about those guys. They knew their stuff. They were very well spoken, and I was like, "Oh wow!" It was such a great opportunity to watch them.
Do you think you ever changed their opinion? Like I've been down to some local, statewide politics, and went to go meet your representative day, and I literally asked the one guy. I said, "Is there anything I'm saying going to ever change your opinion on this?" He's like, "No, but I'll listen." And it just made me so mad that I never wanted to go back to anything that was, go to the Capitol, go to the, because I felt like it's not going to help.
I think that's a lot of it. Whatever. And I appreciate your honesty, but thanks for ruining it for me.
Yeah.
But if you don't try, you're definitely
I think it's one of those things. Like if one or two people bring this up, that's a great idea, but it's never. But if you hear this 100,000 times, from Iowa Corn or whatever, like, okay, this might be, might have legs.
Opinions can change. I go back to the interview we did with the Waterworks ladies, and they took notes the entire interview. I don't know if we changed their mind, but we said something that they wrote down. I mean, that's a pretty big step.
I listened to that, and they seem way more open than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
I figured they were like, nope, it's going to be this way.
Yeah.
They were sitting over here. I actually had the sheet of paper. It was, "He is stupid."
Can they turn off Corey?
I think.
Can they turn it? Like,
What time
this
are
is
we
going
done?
nowhere.
When is this over?
Exactly.
I think the
Actually,
biggest
paper
thing
away.
is, I think the biggest thing is though, just getting together,
Open the
even if you have opposing views. It's really not that much different. But when we get on social media and we start slinging crap back and forth,
well, and everybody wants the same thing, but how to get there is the real question. And with social media, everybody gets pigeonholed, and they're in their little tiny world, and they never get out of it. Especially social media. If you only click on Farm4Profit stuff, you don't know that there's other podcasts.
Oh, this is it.
That's it. That's all there is.
And people don't realize there's different views. On Facebook, I have friends with very different views.
Oh, yeah.
And I try to interact with all of them, so I continue to see that.
Yep.
Because the world's a varied place, and you need to have different opinions. And
I
different
even
input.
seek out podcasts of people that I disagree with, just because it's like if I listen to someone I agree with, what's the point?
Yeah, well, that's why I listen to Farm for Profit.
Exactly.
I think I disagree with you. Sons of
It's like you get one in on
God,
him,
these
and
guys.
he's just right back at you.
bucks.
It was a couple years ago, and this is probably shouldn't even be saying out loud. It was only a couple years ago that I didn't realize not every state had a corn growers association. But if you don't have, sure, there's probably some corn and some sweet corn in Florida, but I didn't realize that, if they don't grow corn there, or not
Right.
very much of it, they don't have corn growers representation.
Yeah, there's 30 or 35 states that have it. I can't remember. It's at the bottom of every email you get.
Does Hawaii have one?
I do not believe so.
They almost should, though, with the amount of seed corn that gets grown there sometimes, or the parent corn.
And some of those they've given up. Some of those companies have given up on Hawaii.
Yeah,
They're moving on. Real estate's too expensive.
that's true.
So, but if somebody wants to be a member of Corn Growers, it's iowacorn.org, and you can use me as your recruiter.
Oh, cool.
So
You
sign
get
me
paid-
up.
You get paid for that?
Maybe.
They have the Hawaii Agricultural Council that serves for the corn growers' role. They do not have a singular Hawaii Corn Growers Association, according to Google.
What about Alaska? Tony Reed's growing corn up there.
Well, he's probably the
Well,
president.
tractor
Oh,
guys up
he
there
gave
for
it to
him.
tractor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's true.
he's sharecropping it for him, however he's working it. But yeah.
I actually saw a guy that looked just like him yesterday, and I stopped me. I was in Applebee's.
Which one,
And-
tractor guy or
Tractor guy, and I'm like, "That's tractor guy," and I was stopped
with
and
all the hair?
with all the hair, and I was
My
like,
goodness.
I was gonna go take a picture of the guy and be like, "Can I just take a picture of you because I have a friend who you look exactly like." Yep.
Yeah, we really we did interview him last year, and it was at John Deere in Louisville, and the audio was so terrible because we were trying to go through too many speakers and all that. Like, it was clipping the whole time. We could not use it. So
That's too bad.
hope to actually get him again, either at Louisville or Commodity Classic. I think he's going to one of those two. I don't know which one. But
It's pretty neat. You guys take all the gear to the shows. And
Is it? It's a pain in the...
yeah.
I don't have to do it, so I think it's really neat.
Well, and it's not necessarily this gear. Like, we just have rolling tool chests with like the B team, of
Right.
Headset mics.
headsets. and-
It's even been upgraded
yeah.
time and time again to lighter, quicker, easier.
I know these guys are actually going to go talk to, or had just spoke to,
Yeah, we just got done.
New
Just got
York
back from New York.
Corn Growers Association, but it's the Corn and Soybean Growers Association. And I'm going to send them with like the D team equipment, just in case it don't come back in one piece. We're going to...
It's gonna be like an old ham radio.
Tape recorder.
Got it in, Dave?
Got one tape
I got
recorder
'em
and one mic. You got to share.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? You got one headset and you just got to pass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break it in half and just hold it up.
We're
did-
we're making a video. Yeah, we're good.
You sharing it.
I did pop down to the Iowa Turkey Federation's annual meeting and set up equipment down there for those to record for their Turkey Talk podcast. And I was one headset short, whether I missed the notes or whatever it was. So it was musical headsets for part of that. And I was mute to not get the
The pop every time
Yeah.
it goes in. You plug it and unplug it. Yeah.
That's right. Mini failure by me, but it still turned out all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were with the iLead, so you went to Washington, D.C., that's like a week, but then you also have a trade mission or something. Normally you have to go somewhere, right, as well?
Yeah, we did. Well, we did one in Iowa. We went to Northeast Iowa, and then we did the DC, and then we did one to the Pacific Northwest. We got to see logging on mountains in
that'd be
the
cool.
temperate rainforest.
Cool.
Which was really cool, and got to see some other farms there and some really different agriculture that we don't see here. And then kind of everybody's favorite part was, as a class, we decided to go somewhere internationally. And there's some really intense discussions and votes. And there were some hard feelings when we were working on it, but we ended up deciding to go to Vietnam and South Korea. And you can't really get more on the opposite side of the planet because Vietnam is 13 hours different and South Korea is 15. So it took us 30 hours from the time we left Des Moines until we got to our hotel in
Like 30 physical hours?
in Ho Chi Minh City. And I didn't sleep on the plane like I should have, so I was pretty tired. We got there like at 1 a.m. their time, and we got up and our schedule was booked the entire time. They had us busy, which is good because you know what happens if you have free time.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
take a nap.
Yeah. And we hit the ground running, and we had we saw so much stuff, a lot of culture, and it's just amazing. And the people were so nice. Absolutely. One of the guys in our group, he'd been to 16 or 18 countries, and he said, "This is the nicest country, nicest people I've ever been across."
You know how Agritechnica is in Germany?
Yeah.
You know there's an Agritechnica in Bangkok?
No,
Really?
did not know that.
Yeah.
So Agritechnica is like a corporate. It's like a farm progress.
Jane?
I would guess. I know that there's one this year in May in Bangkok. You made me think of that because I was looking how far it would take to get there if we wanted to fly there. And my dad's been to Vietnam a few times, and he's like, well, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a long trip.
Why did you guys choose Vietnam and South Korea? What's the significance for corn?
The markets for corn, the markets are just growing. Vietnam's economy is growing. They're transitioning from rural to more urban, suburban type, and a lot more workers and working on, different protein sources, and feed is a lot of it. A lot of DDGs go there.
Okay.
And they want to trade with the U.S. They really like our money, and we appreciate the fact that they want to work with us, because they, if you got a Samsung phone, it was made there, or I forget, there was a whole list of things they went through. Like all this stuff is made in Vietnam.
Okay.
And it's a more stable government and economy than some of the other areas in Southeast Asia. Like I told a couple of older guys I know, I said, I'm glad I got to go and you didn't. And they were like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was really interesting. We toured a couple places. They had a couple museums for the American War, which is what they call it.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. You could go through some of the tunnels that were there, and they showed a bunch of the booby traps and some other stuff. And I mean, for some people, it's a little hard to watch and see some of this stuff, but it is what it is.
It's history.
It's history. And it's good to know there's always three sides to every story. Yours, mine, and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle, yep.
Yep. So, but it was fantastic. The people were so nice. We got done touring a small chicken farm. Well, what I call a small chicken farm. It was fair size for them. We got done and went to the bus, and the bus had parked in front of this house. The lady that lived there owned the fertilizer business next door. And anyway, we were standing out in front of the bus. We're waiting, and she invited us in. Didn't speak any English. Got on FaceTime. Got a hold of her daughter, who was in Ho Chi Minh City, where we just left. One of the guys was talking to the daughter. She spoke English, and she owns the business next door, and she does passion fruit exports so all over the place, and gave us a tour of her house. This really cool 4-story house. I mean, like 10, 12-foot ceilings. It was really nice. So that was just invited us in. And we're like, oh, and everybody's like wanting to take off her shoes, and she was motioning, no, come on in. Yeah. And just amazing how friendly everybody was.
How big's that iLead group? Is it the when you went? Is it 10, 15 people or?
Well, there were 23 students in the class, and we had 2 staff and 1 advisor.
Okay.
So 26 of us.
Cool. And everybody went.
We all went. And
That's
it was
a group to get over there.
It is. And, keep everybody together. And of course, we're all adults. It's not like, a bunch of high school, college kids where it's like herding cats.
But still just booking flights and hotels and meals.
You just go with it, and some of the places you went, we always got, I forget what they call it, but you got a set menu. You get, this is what you guys get.
3 choices, or this is what you get.
It's like family style,
Yep.
You got 2 choices, take it or leave it.
Cool.
And it was impressive because, how everybody's like, oh, we got to have high protein diet to be healthy and thin. They don't eat much protein. There's not a lot. A lot of fresh it's all fresh though. Fresh vegetables, noodles, a lot of soup.
Yeah, the noodles are they're homemade.
The rice noodles were just fantastic.
Yeah.
They were.
I got to go to Morocco with my wife's master's class to tag along to that, and same thing. Morocco, everything is fresh, and a ton of seasoning. Like that's their thing. And you go to the market, and it's just totes of seasonings. It looks like a a rainbow. You got green and red and orange
Oh
and
yeah,
yellow.
that's where a lot of the spices are, is in Morocco.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they're just out in the open air.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. But same thing. That only 2 or 3 options each meal, but some of the best flavors I've
it
ever
was-
had.
It was fantastic food. The first couple days, it wasn't. I don't know. I think we just hit a few duds.
Yeah.
But it all ended up being really good, and they use like a lot of chicken. You know, we didn't. I don't think we had any beef in Vietnam, and when they use the whole animal. One guy sent a picture to the rest of the group. They just use scissors and cut up the chicken, and they cut right through the beak, the middle of the beak. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, well, not wasting any. That's fine. So that was really neat. But you were talking about the markets. We went to a fresh market.
Yep.
And it was like 5 or 8 acres under roof of fish and seafood, fresh. And I like fish and seafood.
Did it
but
smell like the
I was-
races in Jamaica?
Oh, good grief! I was ready to be out of there. The odor was getting to be a lot, and it was like the fish are just laying out, and the people are just sitting. They squat. They squat down. They don't sit, and they were just cutting fish up right there and setting it out and selling it. And this
I'd
is
be
like
super
wholesale.
skinny if I lived over there.
Well, we did see one dead rat in the gutter, and then somebody else saw another rat that was running around. He was wearing a leather jacket and smoking a cigarette. He was kind of big, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
So it was.
Agritechnica has 4 shows.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Australia was in August of this year. Then Hanover, Germany, which was in November. Then you go to Bangkok, which is in May. And then you go to Ho Chi Minh City
Oh wow!
in Vietnam in March of 27.
Do they all alternate every other year? Like, isn't that what Agritechnica does
In Germany. Yep.
It's every other year.
But Ho Chi Minh is March of 27. It doesn't say that there was one there in March of 25 yet.
But yeah, I was going to say it was right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were there right before that. We were there in February.
Not a spot that I thought for agriculture when I was thinking for, one of the largest shows in the world. And then even Bangkok, I was like, man, is that really the...
Why don't they have a U.S. one yet?
Well, probably too many other ones already.
Yep.
But there's a lot of agriculture there. We did see a rice combine, and they were just little, and they had these steel wheels that were just hollow. It was really interesting seeing all this stuff because it's so different. Passion fruit trees and we didn't know what those were. We finally figured it out, and that lady was exporting passion fruit. She gave us a case of passion fruit.
Crazy.
But you can't bring it back.
Can't bring it back.
Well, we didn't know what we were going to do with it because nobody has a knife. We can't cut it up. I think we gave it to the bus driver.
Yeah.
She
We
was
tried to bring back grapefruit because same thing. We got given grapefruit in Morocco, and
can't bring it in.
no, they took that right out. We didn't know. We weren't trying to smuggle it. We just
Sometimes beef
Naive
jerky you can't even take places.
travelers.
Well, you'd hate to be the person that brought over the grapefruit disease that decimates all the grapefruits in America, or something like that.
Yeah.
But same thing with like African swine fever. We'd hate to bring something like that in. Like, my
Well,
God.
everywhere we went, we all tried to get our shoes clean before we came back because you don't want to bring that stuff home.
Yep. Yep.
There were some really cool things we saw. OSHA must not be a thing over there. I watched a guy. I got a video of it. Guy was on a crane. He stepped on like the ball on the hook of a crane. The crane was probably 100 feet high, right up in the air.
Yep.
Just hanging on.
Yep.
It was like, and then he set him on top of a post, a piling, and then he picked up another one and put it on top, and he was bolting it together, just hanging on. It's like, oh,
Let's not be OSHA.
That makes me nervous right now.
it was impressive. Everyone was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think we could build way more cost effective if we
Didn't have OSHA.
Had
Didn't have
less. Well, take some of the warning labels off, but yeah, there's too many of those. Yeah.
Self-regulate.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
What does Mike Rowe say? Safety third.
Yeah. Yep. So what's in the future? How you feeling about farming this year?
Oh, it looks really profitable for somebody. I don't know. It looks pretty tough for a few years. We've had some really good years.
Yeah.
And it's all cyclical. You have good years, you have bad years. You just got to not overspend in the good years and mind your pennies in the bad years, and it'll work out.
Yeah.
Or it won't,
And And if it doesn't,
not every business
Fine.
makes it, and
yeah,
that's
there's other
unfortunate.
things you can go do. Wasn't meant to be.
There's other things that are probably more profitable,
Yeah,
and might give you more free time,
Yeah.
less stress.
yeah.
But I'm not planning on doing anything else.
You think your boys want to come back?
I don't know, and not determined yet.
Yeah.
I got them doing some stuff, showing them how to drive some of the equipment and the pickups and just running around. But they're doing a little bit of that, but they're getting into sports and school activities,
Yeah.
and that's important too.
It is. You had to be a kid.
And I try to make sure they make it. All the stuff they want to go to, I prioritize getting them to that. We even do piano, so
Yeah.
they're actually getting pretty good at that.
Yeah, I saw that on your Snapchat. I was like, I need to get my daughter.
Yeah. Well, I see you got them doing what, violin and
No, not well.
Singing.
They do have a violin, they do have a guitar, but they just mess around with them because that's just
Oh.
like stuff we find at like garage sales around the town garage sale day. They just mess around with it. So
Well, I know they're in the background. They always sound.
yeah, they sound
pretty
pretty
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was in my my bourbon tasting series.
Yeah.
Ava was doing pretty good there.
I did enjoy that. But yeah, it's music's something you can do forever. Playing the piano, and I know one of the guys in our ILE class. He played piano for quite a while, and he quit when he was. I forget what age he said.
Yeah.
He goes, "I wished I'd finished it out."
Yeah,
He goes, "Tell your kids that."
But what does finish it out? Like
Just-
when do you stop?
Well, that's something. Just keep going all the way through high school, I think, and then you should be good enough that you can sit down and play most songs. The other day, my one son, he goes, the piano man was on the radio. He goes, "I should learn how to play this." I'm like, "Yes, you should.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You learn how to play this, and you learn how to play the harmonica part. You'll do all right.
You'll do great at the bar. If, yeah, you could
You'll
just,
do all right,
Yeah.
buddy."
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of that bourbon collection, I got a few out there you can take home with you to try if you'd like.
Oh, is it all Malort?
It's all the scotches I could not.
That was my favorite part. Was when you get one that you did not like. Your reactions
was
were
bad.
awesome. Oh
He was genuine.
yeah. I believe it.
And there was a little bit because I bought these, and there was I think 4 or 5 days in a row, and I didn't finish them. I'm like, what did I pay this for? This is terrible. Yeah,
That was my favorite stretch.
yeah,
I love watching people suffer that aren't me.
For the fans.
yeah,
Yeah. That looked a little tough. I remember watching you dump the one out, and I was like, he really didn't like that.
yeah. And that was after that. I dumped one in the sink. That was the first scotch we did, and then after that, I started pouring them back into the vials because Tanner sometimes likes scotch, or his brother-in-law, or someone like it's alcohol abuse if I just pour it down the sink. So
I was like, back in the day, you wouldn't have wasted any of it. would you?
right, and I'm sure
You could have mixed it with enough Diet Coke.
if I spent enough time and did the Scotch tours or whatever, I could probably learn to appreciate it because I didn't
That's
like
what
bourbon.
wine. That's what Sonoma
I
County's
didn't
done
like
to
wine.
us.
I didn't like bourbon at one point. Marty Knoll got me into bourbon and sent me the tasting notes and put a little ice cube in it if you don't like it. And
Yeah, that's something I
enjoyed
learned I toured Templeton Rye once, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Okay, now take a sip. Okay, now put a drop or two of water in," and it's amazing that just the 2
Difference.
drops of water brings out that
Yep.
flavor.
yep.
It's still
And that's something I should have done on that bourbon thing, but I just in the beginning I said, you know what, I'm just going to do them all neat. Just everything's on a level playing field and judge them all that way, which I'm not a expert by.
Well, that thing that you pour through, it's supposed to bring it down so you don't have to put ice in it. That
the
Christmas
cups?
sleeve. Yeah.
I thought they were just cups.
No, it's you cool them in the freezer. And
They
then
are
when
in the freezer.
When you pour your drink through it, it goes like through the coils and cools it down like to ice cold temperature without the water in it.
Did you not read the directions,
He
Corey?
didn't apparently.
Tanner took them out and put them in the freezer. I just thought they looked like cups. We'll have to get them out when we're after.
Now you learned something.
At least that's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Too bad you didn't know that a month ago.
Yeah,
I looked.
right?
I just looked at them earlier because I was actually making some more ice cubes, and they looked like a cup when I held it. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Well, this has been fun, and I can't believe, with you being 45 minutes away, that it's taken us 7 years to
Well,
do the interview.
I know where I rank, so that's fine.
That was like my polite way of telling you that. No, I'm glad you came in. I'm glad you were able to pop over and
No, it's fun. I appreciate you guys, and
sit down.
and most of the interviews you do, some of them like,
Hey, that's why we do 104 a year.
yeah,
That's right.
It's
They're not-
okay to look at some of them and go,
We're not for everybody. I mean, still play it. You don't have to listen.
We're for everybody. Just
Still play it.
Just
walk
play,
away.
Go to bed. It'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's punishment for your kids. Put it on. You have to listen to this. You cannot cut out of the corner until show's over.
Yep.
That's when they find 2 times speed, and we're good to go.
Yep. 1.6. That's my time. You can speed it up. I listen to 1.6, and 1.7. I don't quite catch everything.
But it's the Jamaican_farmer on TikTok.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel. Need to work a little harder at that one.
Yeah.
That's a hard nut to crack for me.
Yeah.
Instagram's not been too hot either, but
Yeah. Oh well.
it's
Very
all right.
cool. Good. We appreciate you being here. We also appreciate you, listeners. Corey, what do you tell them?
Crack a cold one. You deserve it.